Welcome to Set the Record. I'm Malcolm Anthony, all the way from Houston, Texas. We got Cody.
What a do from the 713, baby.
That's right, man. Subscribe to the show wherever you're watching, of course, on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. We're out here working for them, okay? Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Set the Record Pod. Like the Facebook page, Set the Record Podcast. Look, we in NBA free agency. This is what we talking about. We got a lot of things to jam in a awesome show. Look, we're going to start off with the first move of NBA free agency. And I think Portland made that move.
A little bit too prematurely.
Hey, you got to make the moves when you see them coming. And for them, they seem like they're moving away from someone. But we'll get to that later. Jeremy Grant staying with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Is there a 5-year, $160 million contract? That boy got paid, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Yeah, hey, and I like that for Jeremy Grant. One, because he's one of my ex players. You know, we love Grant from where I'm from.
Yo, he was a contributor to my fantasy team, so I also like Jeremy Grant. Championship squad, yes, sir.
Hey, championship squad. Hey, that's
but
nice.
Yeah, man. Portland said that they wanted to maximize their chance to build around Dame to get him a championship. Gave Jeremy Grant that $160 million deal. I think Dame saw that and said, no thanks.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. They got a nice rookie, right? They got a nice rookie out there in Portland. So I think they're going to be okay. They got Dame now requesting a trade. So do you think they could get good compensation for Dame, obviously, to catapult even them back into conversation?
I think that they are asking for too much. So far, what they want, the reports that we've seen, everything that they want for Dame is a little bit unrealistic when you look at teams and what they have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the teams that could have had an offer already put themselves out of contention for it last season.
Right, okay.
Right, where they paid their guys, they already traded for this guy. A lot of teams are out. The only teams that we could see potentially in it for Dame, Miami, Philly, the Clippers maybe.
Yeah,
right?
the Clippers.
And it's going to be a difficult trade to make, especially with those teams like Miami would have to offer Tyler Hero. That is their best asset. But in Portland, we have Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, every other guard, Scoot Henderson. They have a surplus of guards over there. And I know Miami definitely doesn't want to give up Bam Adebayo in that trade. They want to keep that core intact of like Jimmy, Bam.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
even Lowry.
It's a three-teamer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Three-teamer. I don't know. What do you think? What do you see? Yeah. Dame said Miami is his preferred destination, by the way, but Portland said that they are willing to take the most competitive offer, whatever has the best. They want a star quality player in returon. So I know they won't want Tyler Hero anyway.
I think they go for Philly, and I think they go for Maxey.
Yeah, and you know what? Philly said they don't want to trade Maxey.
I get that, but man,
I get you have to do it, right?
You're already losing Harden, right?
Yeah.
And
best thing to do is rebound and go get Dame, you think?
You take Dame, you lose Philly. You lose Maxey, but man, I think that's your move. Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe if you snag something else from. I
really lost a few other pieces too. Niang and Milton aren't there anymore.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the best move for both squads, maybe. And Dame will look good in Philly, man. He's got Philly in him, man. He got that dog. You know, he fits in.
I
Philly.
Get it. I just don't think it's the same. I don't think it's as sweet as people think it is. Obviously, it's Damian Lillard, right? And he just came off of the best year of his career in his 30s. Yeah, but part of what made that Philly team so great is that the way James Harden played into their system. Damian Lillard isn't the same playmaker. Now, their scoring threat is going to be elite with Embiid and Dame. But Harden elevated that team.
And then, are they going to lose Harris too? Are they going to lose Tobias as well?
Tobias Harris. I mean, hey, Tobias Harris had some comments saying you're not going to find a 6'9" forward who can score.
No, but if they give him a bigger role, if he gets a bigger role,
that's what I'm saying. So I think that like what he said is true. How Philly fans are undervaluing him, and I do think they should keep him around. I mean, only reason why he gets the negativity he gets is because his contract was large. That's about it. But he's coming up on the contract year anyway. Just stick it out with him. I think he's fine. You don't have to move him. He can step it up for sure, definitely.
Yeah, and we're already talking about Philly. They added Patrick Beverley as well. That's someone they did add, you know. So yeah. I mean, I would love it if Damian Lillard got added to that squad as well. That's to me the best move for both teams. I don't like the Clippers, man. I don't like the Clippers. I don't want to see them succeed. I sure as shit don't want to see him in that uniform, though he'd look fucking ill in it. You know that Los Angeles,
that right? LA, the newspaper one.
Oh my God, it would look so good.
Hey, the Clippers, more on them later. But either way, no matter what team he goes to, I think it's going to be a 3-teamer, no matter what. Philly. Because even then, Philly might rely on another team to facilitate it.
No, I get that, but yeah, I feel like Philly's gonna get the best package for him. But no, that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. I know that's gonna be something we will definitely keep our eyes peeled. We got Fred VanVleet's second move, and you like Houston making these moves? You're a Houston guy, man. You like.
That is to say, if you know the show, you know I'm from Houston. What to do from the 713? You know that's my squad. And man, do I got some words for our free agency?
Man, yeah, I tell you, you guys.
Fred VanVleet, 3 years, $130 million. Third year is a team option. So when I first saw the deal, the details weren't released yet, so I didn't know what the options were. Now that I know that the 30 year is a team option, I love the deal. It's perfect because we knew we'd have to pay these guys going into free agency because we're a rebuilding team.
Everybody knew you got money too.
Exactly. So nobody's going to want to come to a team who's coming off a rebuild. You have to overpay them. That's the thing. We're keeping him for 2 years, basically, with this deal. He's a guy that, I mean, even though he came off his worst field goal percentage year of his career, he's still a very good NBA player. He has a defensive mentality. He's shown that he can be a good leader. Good 3-point
What's your letter grade
for that signing?
For just that one signing. I mean, through the one signing for Houston. That one.
I like that signing a lot. Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna go down the list for you. All right,
here we go. This is where we're gonna.
That's right. Dylan Brooks.
Yikes. C
signing. He got a 4 year.
4 year, $80 million. That's $20 million a year. Fully guaranteed. No player, no team option. Now,
you got a good.
I like Dylan Brooks as a player. I think he'll do good here. But I don't think we needed to pay him that money, and I definitely don't think we needed to sign and trade Josh Christopher in order to get that done. Dylan Brooks. Jock Landale, I actually really like that signing. That is a 4 year, $8 million a year deal. Only the first year guaranteed. Jock Landale played very good backup minutes for the Suns last year. I think he'll come in and be a contributor. A signing.
Okay, Jeff Green.
1 year, $6 million, I believe. A signing. I love Jeff Green. Gotta love you some Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, Uncle Jeff, man. That's always an A for me too. We had
Uncle Jeff in OKC. We did more than just signings. Houston obviously had some trades too. Let's see. Ty Washington and Usman Garuba traded to Atlanta. We packaged them with 2 second-round picks and $1 million in cash considerations for a guy who I already forgot his name. Oh my goodness. That's all you should know right there, right? I don't think it was a good move. Horrible trade. I think we could have got more out of it. Kenyon Martin Jr. traded for 2 second-round picks. Basically evened out the 2 second-round picks that we gave away to give up the other 2 guys.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, our signings are good. I like the signings that we did. I like our roster.
You like the roster.
I just don't like the trades that we did. I feel like we could have gotten a lot more out of it. I don't think we needed to trade Josh Christopher. But if I want to look at it from an optimistic standpoint, we traded away a lot of the guys that wouldn't be able to get minutes anyways.
Mm-hmm. No, and man, I think you're onto something with Ime and Brooks.
I think Ime Udoka's going to straighten out Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
I've heard that Taylor Jenkins is more of a laid back coach. He kind of let them do their thing. That's not gonna fly with Ime. He's gonna set them boys straight.
Yeah, no, we've seen Dylan Brooks play it way better than he did in the playoffs last season. So
last thing before we move away from Houston, full roster, starting lineup: Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Şengün. Coming off the bench, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Kevin Porter Jr., Tari Eason, and Jock Landale.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's definitely an upgrade from last year.
You think that's top 10?
Yes. Yeah, I do think that we will be a play-in, maybe playoff team next year, depending on how well the team does for Ime. So, yep.
All right.
Overall, excited for next season. Very sad to see the guys that we traded go. But, yeah, man. Moving on from that. Kyrie Irving re-signed with the Mavericks. Did you see that coming? Yep. What do you think of that one?
No, I absolutely saw that one coming. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a smart move for them. I wonder still. I feel like the one thing with Dallas, I felt like they just didn't have size. I did think Powell stays. I think Powell stays with Dallas. I think that's what I've seen or read. Dwight Powell
did stay. Yeah. Powell did stay. I mean, so far, they've addressed some of their things when they drafted Lively as well and traded for Rashawn Holmes. So
yeah, in
terms of size, they're getting that up. Re-signed Kyrie Irving to a 3-year, $126 million.
They can score. That's obvious. They can score. Yeah. They couldn't stop anybody. So they needed some size. I felt like JaVale McGee was a guy that just really could have helped that offense. Even Dwight Howard coming from overseas, coming back, I feel like could contribute to that defense. But nonetheless,
another guy that Dallas signed, by the way, was Steph Curry to a 2-year, $9 million, just to get that one out the way.
Yeah,
so they got more shooters for Luka and Kyrie on the kickouts.
Have to, man. Yeah.
We just need to see them get more perimeter defenders.
He needs other guys to kick it to.
Yep.
He needs best pass of the year again.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he needs the MVP next year. He needs to get Dallas at least to the Western Conference Finals playing the Lakers. Speaking of, we might as well get the Lakers out of the way. Lakers, man. Lakers made the moves. Okay. Lakers made all the moves. Austin Reeves, 4 years, $56 million. He's staying with the Lakers. He was definitely
staying. I don't know why people thought he was going to leave. He wants to be a Laker.
Yeah, he wants to be with a Laker. He wants to play with LeBron. I mean, come on. Kuzma wanted that. He didn't want to be traded. You know what I'm saying? Same kind of. Even played with the Bulls. Bald head, man.
Oh, Caruso
didn't want to leave. Same concept. These guys love playing with LeBron. Guys who can feed off of him. Rui Hachimura staying again. 3 years, $51 million. Great signing. He obviously defended really well in the playoffs. I think he developed really well in the playoffs. Had a strong shot from three. D'Angelo Russell, question mark in the playoffs. But
rumor has it he's still getting shots up to this day.
I believe it. He is still shooting. Can't stop that man. Not yet. Diddy can't even stop that man. So D. Russell, I think it's still a good signing. 2 years, $37 million. Honestly, if they can tone him down and keep him a sixth man to some degree, I think D'Lo is a solid signing for the Lakers. Lakers got Gabe Vincent 3 years. I like him coming off the bench. Cam Reddish, super awesome. I mean,
very underrated signing.
How do you pull that off? And I think Jackson Hayes, a super steal. How do you pull that off, man? Yeah, the Lakers, they're going to be looking pretty.
All right, I got the Lakers roster for you right here. Point guards, D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent. Shooting guards, they got Austin Reeves and Max Christie. At the forwards, LeBron James, Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura. Crazy. And at center, Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, but you got to know that sometimes we will play, small, They
have the versatility right there in that lineup.
Yeah, because even when AD goes to the bench, we could put Rui at 5. We could put Vanderbilt at 5.
Very good defenders too.
Yeah, we can make very interesting moves to make the floor spread very fun especially for LeBron. He could really manipulate that. So I love the signing for the Lakers. That's a Western Conference Finals team. That's a championship roster, really, barring injury. So Yeah, lot to look forward to next season if you're a Laker fan, but obviously injuries have to make that work as well. Yeah, you like any moves out of how about Cleveland? Cleveland, I like a couple things Cleveland did
Cleveland,
too.
I like the guys. They re-signed Karis LeVert, 2 year,
Yep,
32 millions. They signed George Niang, 3 years,
yep.
26 millions. I like George Niang for Philly last year, so I think that's a good pickup for them. I
Karis,
mean, Karis
yeah,
LeVert, Karis LeVert was up and down for me.
yeah.
He had his moments, he had his not so moments. I don't think he did anything significant really in order
I feel
to
like he was trying to figure out how to
boost
play
themselves.
with Donovan though too a
Yeah,
little
if
bit,
anything, I feel like Cleveland is banking more on their own development since they are a young team in order
Yeah.
to improve in the playoffs, which is not a bad
And
approach at all. I
defensively,
don't
they were
mind it.
good until the playoffs.
Yep. They added a shooter, and that's about it, right? So
No,
far, I mean, it's not bad.
No, not no. I said I like the simplicity of it because really I just think roster development is all they needed. And
Kept the chemistry going.
in the playoffs is where they just kind of fell apart. They looked good all season long until the playoffs hit. The Suns tried to
The
make some.
Suns somehow got some signings off.
Yeah, the Suns somehow made moves, and they
I
had
got,
to fill out the roster in some kind of way around those guys.
I got you here. Drew Eubanks, 2 year minimum.
Yep.
Chimezi Metu, 1 year minimum. Yuta Watanabe, 1 year minimum. Damian Lee,
Yeah,
2 year contract. Doesn't say the
Okogie.
price. And Josh Okogie, good signing. Got him back.
yeah. No, that's a good signing. Yeah, like I said, they didn't do bad. All things considered, they had to fill that out in some.
They got a
kind-
bench now, kind of.
in some sort of way. But one of those main four are going to have to be on the floor, or two of them at all times.
Have to. I mean, they have enough to do it now.
Milwaukee kept things strong. They kept things strong there, keeping
Kept their guys.
They breaking all of our hearts. I think you thought
We were
you
offering
made-
him a bag. Hmm.
to get Brook. Lakers had a chance to get Brook, and he stayed with Milwaukee, staying with Giannis. Middleton stays with Milwaukee 3 years, 102 mil. I think
They
that's
just lost Javon Carter. That's about it.
okay. Yeah, that ain't bad. They got Jay Crowder to stay. He didn't do anything anyways, but they kept him. Miami, the Eastern Conference Final champions.
Miami has to be banking on the Dame trade. They haven't done anything. They
know,
just lost
but-
their guys.
They're banking on it, but they have nothing to give. So what do you do? So they kept Kevin Love. Josh Richardson could be a pawn in this. Thomas Bryant could be a pawn. Someone else they picked up, and then Orlando Robinson. So I guess and Drew Smith. So someone else they got as well. So yeah,
Lost
Miami
two crucial pieces too in Vincent and Strus.
Yep. Yeah, huge that in the playoff run. Absolutely. So yeah, I don't know exactly where Miami's direction is other than Damian Lillard. But if they don't get him, man, that is brutal.
They're in trouble. Their window's closing fast too. That's one of those teams that they don't have much longer. They should be hitting the panic button.
Well, yeah, especially yeah. You got Butler, who you never know.
It's older.
Right? Older.
Getting
you got
older.
Lowry, old.
Very old.
Adebayo is really your young gun, so to speak.
And hero.
And, well, yeah. I don't disagree with that. He's still kind of a defensive liability, but yes. But yeah, so defending champs, man. And while we speak of the defending champs, y'all like that jersey? Y'all like that 15?
Malcolm is a man of his word. He bought the Jokic jersey after being a doubter all last year.
It is the Jokic jersey, right? Yeah, you like that? Yeah.
Very nice jersey.
I had to make sure it was mile high because it's the coolest one it's the coolest one they had too, man. I wanted the one with the mountains on it or the rainbow.
Oh, that one's fire.
Or something, but that was pretty dope too. So yeah. So the defending champs, congrats again. Anyways, Reggie Jackson sticks around, right? Reggie Jackson and DeAndre Jordan sticks around. What? Anything else happened?
They lost Bruce Brown after Mike Malone said Brucey V ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna ask you this: Do you think Do you think they got enough to run it back again next year? Do you think like the competition's gotten stronger or they got weaker? I feel like losing Bruce Brown was a little bit more crucial than people expect
Yeah,
because
no,
he made a lot of plays down the stretch.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Losing Bruce to Indiana honestly is a huge loss defensively, and like he made just big rebounds and pick up like offensive rebounds to put the ball right back in the basket. I mean, he defended really well,
Shot the ball great.
shot great, yeah, and was always open. My God. So, anyways, uh, yeah,
You give me
big
some
loss.
flashbacks there.
Yeah, I did. I did. It was a memory. It was a memory. I don't want to think about it. But yeah, no. So Denver. But yeah, losing Bruce Brown. No, they have enough to get back, I think, to the Western Conference Finals for sure. I do. Like I said, I do think the Lakers made enough moves to definitely get there. Obviously, you have to worry about Phoenix. That's it. I mean, in my opinion, I think those are the teams to super worry about. Dallas, I don't know. Question mark. Obviously we'll see what happens with them, but the Lakers definitely are going to be there. I think Phoenix injury. I mean, everything's injury, but yeah, a few teams made moves that should worry Denver for sure. But Bruce Brown, tough loss.
As long as they got their core three, I think they should be okay.
No, I don't disagree. They should make it back to the Western Conference Finals, but they're going to have a tough time getting there.
Definitely, a lot of teams definitely stepped it up. It's not going to be as easy anymore. Lakers said we're going to run back, huh? Minnesota.
Minnesota tried to do some things. They got Shake Milton from Philadelphia, Nickeil Alexander Walker. Yep, which they kept him, and they had to pay him that much, 2 years, $9 million. And then Troy Brown Jr., which I think is a solid signing. Super. I didn't like that loss for the Lakers, but they picked that. They picked that
underrated.
Slack up. Yeah, they picked that slack up by losing Troy Brown.
And then Shake Milton was 2 years, $10 million. Yeah. So $5 million a year. Very quality players. Definitely good for their bench. Nickeil Alexander Walker, a good defender to put alongside the other guys. I like their moves. I'm really more excited to see like how they do next year because of Anthony Edwards. Really, I'd like to see his jump, his growth that he's going to make as a player. And he made
Especially
a lot of comments. He made a lot of comments about like going to France and working with Gobert and improving themselves as a duo. So, they didn't do anything too crazy. They added quality players that will, come off their bench. I know Shake Milton's very good. He was good for Philadelphia. He didn't play as much as he should have.
Nope.
Alexander Walker and Troy Brown Jr. both underrated pickups. So yeah, I like Minnesota's moves. Do I think this moves the needle for them? Not much. I think for them it's just gonna have to depend on the development of Anthony Edwards, really. And do they not have a point guard right now? I don't think so. Is Mike Conley there right now, or is he?
Yeah, that was the only one I remember them having was Conley. Yeah. I don't have the roster.
I'm not sure if he's there still or if
he was on just a 1 year last year.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, another team that made, I think, Cam Johnson staying with the Brooklyn is good, and Dennis Smith Jr. Going from Charlotte to Brooklyn, I thought was all right as well. And not, like I said, not paying an absorbent amount of money. Cam Johnson, $108 million, 4 years, good for him. Getting the bag there. And then Dennis Smith Jr.
He's still there, I think.
What's that? Oh, Conley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be all right. They like I said, he's such a solid vet. I wish the Lakers would steal.
So underrated too. I saw this video clip on Instagram how he did a finger roll layup into a touch pass. And nobody talked about it because Mike Conley did it for the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
but it was really smooth.
He's got great passing ability, great court vision. He doesn't turn the ball over very much. He shoots very well. He's actually improved his three a ton. Like, I love Mike Conley.
Man, over to the Nets. Sorry for that. I like what they did.
Quick move with the Nets. Yeah.
Re-signed both the Camerons.
Yep.
And another one. What's up?
Toronto. You like any?
I like what they did. I like the recovery. Signing Dennis Schroeder to fill in for Fred VanVleet. Obviously not the same player, but still a quality player, right? Dennis Schroeder has still shown that he can be good. Re-signed Jakob Poeltl, also very quality center. One of the guys, if we didn't get anybody else, I wanted the Rockets to go after him.
Yeah,
very
I like
quality.
Jakob.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like he hit like an assault, like he hit somebody.
Jakob Poeltl was a 4-year, $80 million, and they had Schroeder on a. Where is Schroeder's?
Schroeder 2-year,
2-year,
25.
2-year, $25 million. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
So
Jalen McDaniels they got from Philly.
Huh?
Toronto got Jalen McDaniels as well.
Oh, I did not see that one. Jalen McDaniels is a very good. Like Philly's losing quite some quality right there. That's
why,
not
man.
good.
They're going for Dame,
and
man.
they haven't made signings either. Yep, they're looking for Dame. But
they're
man, Jalen McDaniels, just like his brother, solid defender, very good role player. Like him too.
Oh, yeah. So one other, I like just a random signing. Derrick Rose got signed by the Memphis Grizzlies. I thought that was dope.
Teaming up with Ja Morant, new duo, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
that's hard.
Gotta have it. That's right. So Draymond Green staying with the Warriors. You know, you gotta like that.
Stayed and the Warriors. Oh, we haven't talked about that. The Warriors. They made this deal that, as a Rockets fan, makes me sick to my stomach. This is old news. Y'all all know about this, but
this is yesterday's paper.
Is
but
the Warrior right now.
If anybody didn't know, yeah, Chris Paul.
As a Rockets fan, it makes me very depressed, and I don't want to talk about it. So, moving on, our next team.
Yeah, right. Yeah, next team. Yeah, honestly, man, we've killed the free agency. Kobe White stayed a Chicago Bull. Javon Carter went from Milwaukee and went from Milwaukee to Chicago. And honestly, Javon Carter was awesome. I watched him play live here in Oklahoma City when Milwaukee came down here. He lit it up. And there was nobody else on the floor with him, but he lit it up. I tell you what.
Real quick, I'm gonna go through because we had a few contract extensions. I'm gonna go through some of them. People got paid, right? We had Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers 5-year, $260 million max extension.
Woo, the bag.
That's the bag right there. Desmond Bane, another 5-year, $207 million.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. The bag.
They paid him.
He is underrated though. He's so underrated.
Definitely.
So I like to see him step up.
He should have won that Most Improved Player of the Year. Ja won it, by the way. Kristaps Porzingis extended by the Celtics, 2-year, $60 million, which is, I mean, didn't see that one coming too much.
That's good for a unicorn.
Right. Have a few more. LaMelo Ball, he got a bag.
The bag. That's right.
LaMelo Ball, I'm trying to find his. I didn't have it ready for whatever reason. Horrible podcast host.
Yeah, LaMelo.
I know, but he also got like somewhere in the 200 millions for 5 years.
Yeah, I saw it was a pretty exorbitant amount, and rightfully so, because you get them that money now, you can pay your new young guy later. That's how this works.
Talking about Brandon Miller.
Yeah, Mr. Brandon Miller.
Dennis Smith Jr. also went to the Nets. That's another one that I saw.
Yeah. Mention that. Yeah, absolutely.
I like Dennis Smith Jr. for Charlotte. He played pretty well when LaMelo was hurt. LaMelo was a 5-year, $260 million. There we go.
Whew, man. So all these guys getting the bag, man. We still have a couple guys out here with no bag. We got a couple guys out here with no bag. We got Eric Gordon out here on the streets, still waiting. Malik Beasley, Will Barton, Christian Wood. Any of these guys? Yeah, quality. Kelly Oubre. I mean, quality. He did some things. He helped the Warriors. So absolutely, Dario Sarge. We got Lonnie Walker the fourth out here. Still Hamidou Diallo.
Surprised he didn't get signed back. He'll probably be back.
Torrey Craig out here. Corey Joseph, Miles Bridges. Man, we can still a lot. George Hill is out here. Justice
a lot
Winslow.
Of quality. So there's a lot more news to come out soon. So we gonna be here. Real quick, I'm gonna ask you some questions. All right. Actually, no. We're gonna go first. We're gonna go. I'm gonna name you some of those guys. You tell me where you think is a good fit for them. Right.
Okay.
So, starting off with Shoot, who did you name first? Oh, Christian
Eric.
Wood. There we go. We'll go Christian Wood.
Christian Wood. Well, honestly,
It's a tough one. I know.
I liked him with Dallas. I wish he would have stayed there.
He just didn't play.
He just didn't play. It was so weird because I felt like he fit really well on that roster. I think another team I think he can fit and go right to and play is Detroit. I think he'd be okay there because they.
I don't think he wants to go back to Detroit.
I know, I hear you, but I'm just saying teams I know he can get out there and play for.
Yeah,
the Lakers could use him, but I don't think we need him. Christian Wood, golly, he could back up. So he could go back up Wembanyama in San Antonio.
Okay, what about EG, my boy Eric Gordon?
Oh man, EG,
he's another one of those players. He can go help a contender out.
Yeah, I was gonna say he would be fine with the Suns. They need other roster fill out as well. There's no telling. And Eric Gordon can play point if need be as well. He doesn't have to just play shooting guard.
Yeah.
You don't want him to play that in full.
You don't want him to be your point guard, but
no, not
if he
in full
needs
capacity.
to do it, he can handle the ball.
But in spot rotation roles, he can fill that void as well.
Okay.
I like I said, the Suns I think would be fine for him.
Okay. The Suns, he might need a little bit more money than that, but okay. All right.
Yeah, he's been around. He's a vet, man.
Before we end up off the show, let's talk about who you think has had the best free agency and who's had the most disappointing free agency so far.
Best free agency. Well, honestly,
I have my answer.
Tossed up. I'm biasly speaking. No, the Lakers. Lakers had the best free agency.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think for the pieces that they got, they shot themselves right back up to competitiveness, filled in some voids.
What they kept and what they
gained, right? For me, I think anyone who's had the most disappointing free agency is going to be whoever doesn't land Dame, who's been holding out forever.
Yeah, so, I agree with that.
As of right now, I think I'm leaning Philadelphia because they haven't done anything. What they've said so far, they don't want to give Tyrese Maxey the extension, which is why. Maybe not confusing. Russell Westbrook is staying with the Clippers, right? Oh, we completely whiffed on the Clippers.
But that's another team I feel like is a disappointment in this free agency so far.
The Clippers. The Clippers, real quick, get this out the way. James Harden got accepted his option to go to Philly because he wants to get traded to the Clippers, meaning their lineup would be Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Zubac, which is a very scary, dangerous lineup, and they all complement each other very well. I don't think they'll go far because they're only going to play 20 games together, and in those 20 games, they're going to go 18-2, and then Kawhi is going to be out for the playoffs.
Yeah, we don't want to say
Paul
anything
George
bad.
is going to have this going on. Then it's going to be Russ and Harden double teamed the whole time out there by themselves. Russell Westbrook's going to go 4 for 19 in the playoffs. You know?
Zubac's going to get a 20-20 game, a couple 20-20 games. And
if that happens, that team will have potential. They just have to stay healthy, and that's just not a thing I see happening. So that's it, right?
That's free agency.
There we go. The first day of free agency for everybody right there, or day 2, I think, whatever it is.
Day 1 and 2 in a nutshell right there, man. Hey, this was set the record. I'm Malcolm Anthony. That's Cody. Man, great show.
Yes, sir. Great show.
Great show. Meditate. Make it go away.
Yeah.